Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV. This one right here, Spice, featuring her son, Nico. This one is a banger. I like this one. I like this one for so many different reasons, but it's the social consciousness of this one for me. And the fact that she is getting her son involved in it. Not only is this Nico's debut in this arena, but he's also doing a stellar job as well, right? So this is her climbing up the ladder of success and then creating a lane and a space for her son to also get in on the action and become a bona fide star himself and earn some money himself. Right? Money, recognition, fame, all that stuff goes hand in hand pretty much if you work it out right. But again, deeper than that for me is the social consciousness of this song. Now, there's a part in the song where she says life shouldn't matter if you black or white, meaning, you know what I'm saying, it's rough out here, but it all comes down to being black or being white. We're talking about how the police interacts with. And I don't know not one black person who would not agree that you're treated differently when the police interacts with you, especially if it's a white police officer interacting with a black person. And I've said before many times that, it's because they don't see themselves in us. And all the stuff that they might have thought or been taught while they were growing up, all this stuff comes into play when they pull us over, when they get to interact with us. So there's all this fear that's bottled up inside of them a lot of the times and whatnot. And they don't see us as their brother. He doesn't look like my brother. He doesn't look like my father. She doesn't look like my sister. Nobody in my family looks like them. We're aliens to them pretty much. So it says life shouldn't matter if you're black or white. If the police is in sight, we don't trust the blue lights. You get pulled over and you have to pray to see another daylight. Black lives matter. We are not accidents. Now, it didn't say that specifically in the song in that order, but those are the lines that I took out. It means a lot. You get pulled over and you have to pray to see another daylight, like a simple traffic stop where a police officer pulls you over in the United States of America. And the police pulls you over because your right tail light is out, could turn into your last day on earth, right? And it can escalate pretty quickly. And even though you're not doing anything, again, I don't know not one black person who gets pulled over by a police officer, especially white police officers, and they don't feel some type of way about it, like, oh, damn. Let me make sure I do these 10 things and I do them in order. For instance, turn off the engine, put both hands on the steering wheel where they can be seen at both times, look the officer directly in their face, don't make any sudden movements. Just a long list of things that you not only have to do to keep yourself safe, but you also have to teach your children to do it to keep themselves safe as well. So it was good to see her son in this type of a video, which tells me, right, this is deep. Her son's a young black male, and he is growing up privileged than most. But clearly, Spice is teaching him already, right, to not only stand up for people that are like him, which are other young black male or other black people, but also you can see that she's clearly teaching him that he himself is not exempt because your mama have money or because you live in an exclusive community. They don't care. And Spice don't live in the projects, and she don't live in the hood. So her children are not growing up in the hood or in the projects or in that type of an environment where the police is around constantly interacting with. They off in the cut somewhere, in a mansion somewhere, in an exclusive community somewhere. but that's not where they live. They have to come out and interact with the world. And we've seen it. We've also said it many times before. To a lot of them, even if you have a suit on, you're just a ninja in a suit, right? So you can see that she's clearly teaching these things to her son, and more importantly, teaching him how to handle himself when he comes in contact with, which is very important as well. I'm telling you, man, Nico, which is Spice's son, looks like he's a natural at this. Just the way how he is in front of the camera, he actually looks like he's done this before. And I can see that he is going to be doing this again. My advice to Spice would be to nurture that talent in him, I'm sure she gave him a lot of guidance along the way, filming this video and working on this project, from voicing to projection of his voice in the studio and all this. I'm sure she gave him a lot of tips, but he took the tips well, because he looks like no one tipped him. He just did this naturally. And I like that. I like the fact that she is putting him in a position of power, so to speak, right? And all he has to do now really is grow into that role, just like how life is supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to make things better for your children, make your children live a better life than what you had, no matter how much you had, right? And each generation is supposed to be better than the generation before, and we pay it forward. That way, someday, those born of our bloodline will sit at the head of the table, or at least be at the table and sit in a position of power where their opinions matter, where we make decisions, and so on and so forth. So I like seeing Nico working with his mom. And for a lot of people, especially within the Caribbean community, or say the Jamaican community, I gotta tell y'all, man, she's not just dancehall queen Spice anymore, right? For the people who watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, whether you like that show or not, whether you want to call it ratchet or you want to call it whatever, it does what it's supposed to do. They collect good paychecks off that show. They get a lot of notoriety off that show. And there are people on that show that are known for only that show. They're not known for their music per se, right? They're known for that show. And Spice is one of those people. So she's crossed over in a sense that she's on a major network. She's over here in the US, and she is seen as a bona fide star now. So it's no longer Gracie, no longer Spice, our little dancehall queen within the confines of dancehall. She has went beyond those bounds now. I also like the fact that in the video, she is wearing, and Nico as well, are both wearing her brand, the Gracie Nior brand of clothing. I like that. See, so you're bigging up your own brand in your video, putting your son in position of power. There was just so much going on in that video. But again, the social consciousness. And when the chorus line that says, "When I like the popo and when I trust the popo," that speaks volumes. That's in pretty much every community where there are people of color, especially black people. There's a kind of rough relationship between police and the black community. And some people might go overboard and say, yeah, because there's a lot of criminals in the black community, but it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper than that, because there has been a lot of foul things done to black people over the years by police, which turned out to be like police brutality to the extreme. And we've seen it many a times where they normally get off, with a warning, or they get off completely, and then it's ruled as an accident. That's why in the song, the line where she says, "Black lives matter, we are not accidents," that resonates deep, right? And as a black man watching this and growing up in America, I was raised here, I can totally relate to the song. And I think the song is going to go far. It's catchy. And I definitely think it's going to go far. Spice is over here wearing many hats. Many hats. Queen of dancehall, celebrity, international celebrity now, fashionista with her own clothing brand, businesswoman, restaurateur, and real estate investor, as well as a mother, wifey, and an activist. I know some people are gonna say, "Wifey, what? She not married. She not married to the dread." Yo, them still dead together, and the man consider her to be his wifey. No ring needed, a wifey. Seen in my eyes. So she's out here doing her thing, and I'm feeling very proud. But again, the song says a lot. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one, and I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.